Yo, what's up, man? We are in the building, in the building. Danny, you can hear me all right?
Hey, I can hear you, baby. I'm good.
All right, man. Look, we are in another episode of the warm up and let some people get in here. And you can check us out here on Facebook Live, which we are up. I am looking at me on Facebook. We are also up on Instagram and also live on YouTube, like probably like right now. All right, so we are in the building, man. Everything looking how it's supposed to look. That's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. So got a very special guest today. That's in the building. Really good friend of mine. But before we start up, I want to kind of tell everybody about the warm up podcast. So the warm up is a podcast. We're preparing people for health, wealth, and entrepreneurship. All right. And, information is power. So everybody that comes on here, we're going to leave you with some nuggets to take with you because, I think my thing, man, you never know when you're talking to to another you know what I'm saying? And this podcast was created for people of substance that has substance and has something to say. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't think that what you have to say is important, but, information is power, man. It makes the world go around.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so if you guys, interested in hearing more content like this, please go over to the YouTube channel, watch a replay. I want you to, consider subscribing and liking the channel. And this is episode 4. And we've got my guy, Danny Carr, in the building. And listen, so episode 10 is going to be, it's going to be a great episode. So, and it's going to be my, and I think only I would think about something like this, Danny. It's going to be a podcast party, So
Oh,
yeah. So me and my partner Greg Rams, we got together, and the venue is going to be announced coming soon. So everybody. So the thing is, everybody who subscribe, likes, say they'll get an invite. If you don't subscribe or like, you won't get an invite. You know what I'm saying? So brand new dope venue here. I won't say it, you know what I'm saying? But, details to come. Just continue to watch and subscribe and support everybody here, you know what I'm saying? So, without ado, man, we got some people. Let me go to the comments over there. All right. We got some people already in this thing. Show. All right, cool.
all right.
We are live comments show up. All right. So, man, let's get it in, bro. Let's get it in. So, Danny, I like to start this show off with a segment called "Make Them Say." You know what I'm saying? So, like, like something that happens in the week. Like, hey, man, like that make them say, You know what I mean? So,
Right.
this is a question that I'm gonna ask you later on. But I had a conversation with someone today, and she said, Curtis, what would you what would you now tell the young you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, that's something to make me say, what would I tell that
Oh, man.
that guy, man? What would you what would you tell the young you?
The young me, number one, I would say, character is more important than reputation.
Yeah, that's a good
And what do I mean by that? Your character is who you really are. Your reputation is what other people think of you. The most important thing is not what other people think of you, it's who you are. And sometimes when you're young, you so into your reputation. It's
so into it.
my reputation being a tough guy. My reputation being a flosser, a guy who shows up and I want to floss. I want to be the life of the party, or all those things. But the
Right.
real question is, who are you? So
Right.
what I mean by that is, when you have to really answer that question as a young person,
Mm-hmm.
then you get in tune with what you want, where you want to go, how you gonna get there. Will you embrace that grind? And you know about embracing grind. You teach, yeah, you make folks embrace a grind every day. You
Every
get that,
day.
right?
Right.
Physically healthy. But are you
Mm-hmm.
embracing that grind that it takes to be successful? And
Right.
if you think about it, character is more than reputation, then you'll always be in touch with, with how you treat others. What kind of respect
Right.
you show? Do you have the courage to be successful?
Wow.
See, the younger me thought, there's young people. Courage is, hey, I go in there and be in a fist fight. I go in there and do whatever I want to do. But
Right.
real courage, honestly, is being successful, hitting that pavement every day, man, taking those chances, doing what it takes to be a productive member of society. So the younger me will continue to say, hey, man, be more in tune with your character because it's much more important than reputation any day.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I had told I told a person that I was like, uh, to probably trust a little more. You know what I'm saying? It's real hard for me to trust. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and it's kind of like, but when you're somebody like me, always try to figure it out, by yourself. It's kind of like you can, you can ask people. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? You can
That's right.
ask people. So, and that's what I would tell me. And also to piggyback on what you said, man, you know, God cannot bless who you pretend to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can't bless who you pretend to be.
That's right. I mean, and on the flip side of that, he knows your heart.
Yeah.
So God knows your heart. That's why I say so. He knows, in your heart is truly your character.
Truly.
Right? Because your character is who you really are when nobody's looking. When you're just by yourself.
Right.
When nobody's out there, there's nobody around, and some elderly lady struggling to get in the door, and you just grab and open it. All those little things that you don't think about.
Mm-hmm.
Your character, man, is really, really, really important. And I tell people that all the time. And don't get so emotional.
Right.
I told a group the other day, and it came off the top of my dome, but I said, when emotions are high, logic is low.
Correct.
Think about that.
100%.
You're emotional,
yeah.
Your logic is low.
It's logic low.
And that has something to do with what we see now in society, right?
100%.
Emotions are always high.
Emotions are always high.
And logic doesn't kick in until you're charged, or you're sitting in that courtroom looking at 30 years, or knowing that life without parole is your minimum, or if you're going away for 10 years. Now the logic kicks in,
right?
Because you can't be emotional because you're in a controlled environment now. So you get in touch with your character to make sure that even when the emotions are high, your logic is always, even when the emotions are high, your logic stays where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's one of the things that will be quick to listen, slow to speak.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and those are things I think that we learn as we get older, and we have those older, as we call them, OGs now. Right. Yeah, I mean, well, back when we were growing up, you know what I'm saying? But it's so funny. It's just so funny, man. The young men now won't allow us to be OGs to them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, and they know it all. So it's a sign of it's a sign of disrespect to them.
Correct.
But you have to make sure that they understand that you can't be afraid to pull a young man to the side and let him know.
Right, and 100%.
Hey man, this is not what you want to do. This is not the avenue you want to go down. This is not the street you want to go down. Hey, put the guns down. You pick up a book, hang around the right folk. At least, if nothing else, if you save one, Kurt, and I know you do this all the time, just like I do. If you save one young man, then your work is not in vain, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So we jumping ahead. I said, but it's cool though. But I mean, but listen, I want people to know, that's looking and that's gonna rewatch this, that we have the history on the warm up podcast. Like literally, like we have real. Hey, we have real Black history. Like it's gonna be in the books forever. You know what I'm saying? And when he did this thing, I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, do it. Because that was a characteristic, that's one characteristic of an entrepreneur that we're going to talk about later on in the later. But tell me, I'm gonna let you tell them what happened in November. Besides November, my birthday, but we ain't gonna celebrate.
We know that's a national holiday, okay?
It's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. Yeah, but it's gonna yield. I want you to tell everybody what happened November 2016. And well, 18. Let me
Yeah,
know.
you
Let me
know,
know.
became the first black district attorney of Jefferson County.
He's saying it so calm, man. Listen, hey, you are tuning in to the first elected African American appointed a district attorney. I'm gonna put district attorney on it. You know, I ain't gonna disrespect
Hey,
the DA. You know what I'm saying? And
hey, man, they looking in the office that no other African American has ever sat in besides this it right here, man. So
that's y'all. Y'all are looking at
first
y'all are
time in
looking
the
at
state.
history.
Hey, first time on the warm up podcast, the office is being shown, man. It
Man, you
all
know
on
what
the
I'm saying? Hey,
podcast.
hey, hey, fame ain't fair, man. Fame ain't fair. Fame ain't fair.
Oh
That
man,
dude, that like I can remember when you put it out there, I was like,
yeah,
I said, oh shit. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Because it's one of those things like, okay, cool. One thing I love about being an entrepreneur and people do not understand is that we only have one speed. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
we take these risks.
that's right.
A lot of people are afraid to take risks. That's a characteristic that we don't either it's gonna work out or it's not gonna work out. It's gonna and it's all good. You
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying? But as you gotta jump off the porch. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
got to jump off the porch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot be afraid to do anything. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. You know. So um, tell us. I mean, tell everybody, man. Tell everybody where you're from, man. What's your background? You know, what I'm saying what
You
hood
know,
you claim and all that good stuff.
hey man, first off, obviously I'm born and raised here in the Ham, but I'm a product of the Inslee community where, you know, if anybody's looking at this podcast or see it later and you're a young man or woman or you're looking at it with a relative and somebody ever tells you that your circumstances dictate your future, they're a lie. All right.
Right.
But your circumstance don't dictate your future. I'm from Inslee. And what are the chances of a young African American male such as myself, single parent home, be sitting in the office, even what Bull Connor once had? What's the chance of that?
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
being here and, and people don't know this, Kurt, but my first love was basketball.
I was
And,
gonna ask you. I
and
knew that, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, people don't know that. Every time I tell people that, man, people don't believe that literally I played basketball. I never played B team. I got to Jackson Odom, played on the varsity from the ninth grade through 12th grade. Then people said, you never get a scholarship to college. You're not tall enough. And the one thing I believe, man, you know, in my mind, if a guy was shooting 1,000 shots, I'm gonna shoot 2,000. I'm just gonna outwork him. Got a full scholarship to Alabama State University. So
Mhm.
that's it. So African American part of town in Inslee, for all African American high school, Birmingham City School, HBCU in college. Couldn't get to one of the fancy law schools, so I ended up going to Miles College School of Law,
Okay.
um, and and ended up passing the bar the first time, man. And you know, and hey, and it's been history, man. But along the way, you know, I lost a little brother to gun violence, obviously, and you know, but I can tell people, man, I can tell people, you know, I'm proud of where I'm from. You know, my circumstance did not dictate my future, man, and I embrace the fact of what it took to get out and become what I hope to be a productive member in society here in Jefferson County and in Birmingham.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm from from the north side. We got some people in these comments talking about some west side and all that stuff. But you know,
Hey,
hey, man,
West Side is the best side.
I
Look,
got, I
hey, West Side, stand up.
got.
West Side, stand up.
Man, but yeah, you do not have to be. I used to tell my little cousin all the time, you know, saying, you know, rest in peace, Brandon Brown, man. I used to tell him all the time, you do not have to be a product of this environment.
Right,
You know,
right.
I mean, anything be, you know, be an example. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
do what everybody else do. You know, you know, and I tell my son all the time, you know, I'm like, man, it's cool. It's cool to be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is everybody want to be cool. You know, so cool gets you caught up
Hey, every time, you know.
every time, man. So you know, I mean that's a really good word.
Oh,
So
oh, absolutely.
So when you were a kid, what did you want to be?
Of course, every little kid want to be an NBA basketball player, but
That's what I thought.
but the realization is this: is that I had a family of people who went to college, although we're
Hmm.
from Inslee. I had a family who prioritized education. I had a bunch of educators.
Hmm.
My mom was a retired principal, and
Okay.
the one thing I knew was that first off, graduating from high school, it wasn't an option. That wasn't an option for me. And what I mean by that is either you graduate or you die. Meaning, my mom was like, either you graduate or hey, you don't come back near this house.
Right.
Love, right? She was
Right.
never my best friend. And then I went to college because that's all I knew. I knew that all my family members went to college. So I
Hmm.
went to college, and of course, I went on a basketball scholarship, but I knew I had to go that route as well. But then when I was young, I always looked at Matlock movies, man. I
Did you
remember,
really?
man, Matlock with my
Man.
grandmother, because I always felt like Matlock was the smartest person in the room.
Wow.
He would always stand there, he can break a case open, or he can do this in court. And I was just infatuated by it, man. And I started looking at old Matlock movies, man. And I said, you know what? When I got out of college, the truth is another truth on your podcast. When I
Wow.
graduated, when I graduated, I did not want to work at the time when I got home. So I said,
Okay.
I'm enrolled in law school. You know why I chose law school? Because you didn't have to take math. I hate math, but I love reading. Dude. So I said, let me go to law school. Let me go to law school. There's no math in law school.
Time out. Time out.
That's the truth. It's the truth.
No. I'm be transparent. Anybody who know me know I hate math. I can't, man. I think I ran for math in school. And at that point, I didn't even know I wanted to be in the health preventive business. I was just like, I don't like math because I just couldn't think and now they got a new math in school, and I'm like, I was training Logan the other morning.
Right.
He had came in saying they had a new math. He showed me how to do it. I couldn't do it then. They gonna do it now. But yeah, that's one of those things, man. I
Man,
don't like math either.
I did not like math, man. I always tell people all the time, I just want to see my way out of there. Give me a C, I'm good. I celebrate. So I got out of there, man, and went to law school. And the one thing I learned, though, people ask me all the time about being a DA, being a
Uh-huh.
black guy, being a DA. And I tell people something simple, and a lot of people have heard it before.
Right.
A lady asked me coming out of court one day, how you feel being from the community you from, and your job is to send people to prison and jail. How do you sleep at night? And I looked at her and told her, if you don't have a seat at the table, you're probably on the menu. And so a seat at the table allows you to change the trajectory of how the system works. It allows you to give people second chances. It
Mhm.
allows you to set up deferred courts. The DA, honestly, is the gatekeeper of the system and probably the most powerful person in the system.
Wow.
So for me, I want to affect change from the inside, Kurt. I could
Gotcha.
have been a defense attorney, but by
Mhm.
the time you're a defense attorney, you've been charged, you've been jailed. Now you got to
Right.
pay somebody to represent you. For me, if I could save somebody from having to do that
Mhm.
because somebody was wronged,
Right.
there was something happened to them that shouldn't have, that was unconstitutional, people don't see all the cases that we dismiss that never should have came in the first place. They don't see that. But you only had the power to do that if you're on the inside here in the DA's office.
Yeah, and that's gonna be one of my questions, man, because I just never knew like, okay, so what made you want to jump into the
Yeah,
DA world, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So that kind of answered it. And also, and I know family is very, very important to you, and your mom, I know your mom, that's your road dog, that's my
Oh yeah,
girl, man.
oh
So
yeah, yeah.
uh, how how important was she in the decision for you to go on the career route that you did?
Man, let me tell you, she was there every time I get an award, man. I tell people she should be speaking, not me. And the
Mm,
reason is because it's her. It's her and my family members that basically just kept me on the right path. I told you, my two best friends, two guys that I grew up with, are in prison for the rest of their lives. But those two same guys didn't have the parent involvement that I had. Same neighborhood, 4 houses down.
wow.
Literally, we walked to school together. But the difference is they didn't have the same parental involvement I had as a young man. We was in the same neighborhood. The difference is I knew that my mom was my friend. I knew
There you
it was
go.
a problem. If she had to come to the school, it was a freaking problem. And I was afraid of her. I'll be honest, as a man, I was afraid of her. But that kept me on the right path, man. And I tell people all the time, parents, if you're your child's best friend, you're losing.
You losing. You
Let me tell
losing.
you. And that
You
may make
losing.
some people mad, but you're gonna lose that race. If you're your child's best friend and your child can do anything in front of you, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you're losing. And most parents have given up their asylum, man. They're afraid of their own child. But my mom, because she stayed on me, because she just made sure that I was doing everything the right way, because she didn't take no mess, you know, I mean, that's the reason I'm sitting in this office.
Right.
That's the reason.
Right. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. What's the what you think? Well, before I ask you that, let me ask you this: what's your superpower?
Uh, my superpower is
Mm,
probably bringing people together.
okay.
Probably bringing people together. I think that, and I think honestly that I'm a good person that can bring people from all walks of life, all social economic situations, all levels of education,
Mm-hmm.
all different levels of beliefs, and actually get those individuals to sit at a table in a commonality for a minute and talk things out. Now, at the
Awesome.
same time, at the same time, um, you know, sometimes I believe this to myself. I really do. People have told me, sometimes you care too much, Dan. And what they mean by that is you try to do too much. But I told them, and I truly believe this, you know, life's most persistent and urgent question in my mind is, what are you doing for others, man? That's the question. That's life's most persistent and urgent question. Like a man told me, you can't live a perfect day without doing something for someone that can never repay you. You can never live a perfect day without doing something for someone that can never repay you. And what I meant by that is you're blessed to be a blessing to others, man. So I do care. I care
Mm-hmm.
about the community. I care about bringing people up who
Mm-hmm.
came up like you and I,
Mm-hmm.
who may see you and say, man, I want to have my own podcast. I want to have my own gym. I want to be a trainer. Who do I get in contact with? How can I get with Kurt so he can lead me on straight? Some of us don't mind doing that. Some of us won't do that.
Right.
But you've always been a guy, man, that don't mind putting knowledge and wisdom on somebody who want to, put them up from their bootstraps, man. So I care a lot as well.
Man, so of course, if I ask you what your superpower is, I'm gonna say, "What's your kryptonite? What's your weakness?"
That's let me tell you.
This one always get people, man. I'm like,
Ah,
yeah, what's your
yeah,
kryptonite?
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
My weakness, honestly, is I think I like to have a good time all the time. That's the truth, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I work hard, so sometimes I play
Play
hard.
hard.
I
I
do.
understand.
But also, let me just say this. I do that also because I see a lot of bad stuff every day.
Mm-hmm. 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 I get it. I
I
get
see
that.
a lot of bad stuff every day. So I have to find an outlet. And sometimes that outlet is being around, my homeboy, being around folks who like you know, calling you, calling me, man, where you at, man? Well, let's go sit down and talk. Just
Right.
stuff like that. So then every time me and you sit down and talk, we end up somewhere partying for a minute. I'm just
Exactly.
saying. So that
Exactly.
is my
Exactly.
kryptonite that I like to
Man.
have a good time all the time. I don't care where I am. I can be in Prattville, Alabama. I'm looking to find out where the good time, where everybody,
What
right?
a good time,
That can be
man.
my kryptonite. That can be my
Man, that's all. That's awesome. I'm glad because it's so true. Because every time we get together,
every time
you
we get
know,
together, man.
oh my God, I can remember. I think I was staying on first day, and I think you had the. Did you have the Escalade?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the Escalade rims on it. And
Uh-huh.
I like, man, where you at? And you like,
Right.
oh, you like, I'm gonna pull up.
That's
And
it.
we out
And we out. And we out.
for a long time, long time, long time.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We still out.
Still out. We still out. what's what's the hardest thing what's the hardest thing thus far that you had to do as a DA?
Um, ask for, ask for the death penalty.
Hmm.
Yeah. And,
Shit.
and that's deep. Yeah. Ask for the death penalty. Um, and that was difficult. And the reason it was difficult was because you're actually asking for the ultimate punishment of a person. And
Right.
And you see, um, those individuals in 25, 30 years from now, if I'm still here, if the good Lord still has me here, you'll see a news break. So and so, the governor has now agreed to execute so and so.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
I will tell you this though, and I've said this openly. I mean, if Alabama did away with the death penalty, I wouldn't lose an inch of sleep, man. I wouldn't.
Hmm.
But because the law is on the books, and let me explain to your viewers real quick, because we're talking about knowledge real quick
Look.
about about capital cases which are death eligible and cases that are not death eligible. People don't understand that. If you kill a person, just walk up to them and shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
That is murder. That is not capital murder.
Oh.
I know that people don't know that. That is not a death eligible case. Matter of fact, that's not a life without parole eligible case. Can you believe that? But
Wow.
kill someone and have an aggravating factor too, meaning kill during a rape, kill during a robbery, kill during a kidnapping, kill during a burglary, meaning you're committing a felony and you kill, is death eligible.
It's death eligible.
So if I change those facts and just say I'm gonna reach in Curtis Starr's pocket too and take his wallet, I'm death eligible. But if I just kill you and walk away, I'm not. It doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't even make sense at all.
But in the instances where we've had to do that, and I've had to do that, it was 2004. I was a deputy DA. A guy walked in the airport hotel on Thanksgiving morning, and killed 3 people who were sitting there, shot them all behind the ear. So of course he killed 3 people at that moment. We asked for the death penalty. Another one I asked for the death penalty was a guy who had killed someone, did 15 years, got out, and 2 days after he got out, he killed 3 Hispanic people at one time. Of course, we asked for the death penalty in that. But those are the only ones that I've actually asked for the death penalty in. And still was tough, but the family, of course, wanted it. And, at that point, we had to go forward and ask for it.
Man, it's what was the line in Spider-Man? I like all the Spider-Man. I like all the Marvel universe. But his uncle told him with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes. Absolutely, man.
So that's what you just said. That's what you just explained.
And it is really, honestly, a difficult circumstance. Imagine having a job where 50% of the courthouse is always mad at you. Give you an example. If a guy gets a bond,
mm-hmm.
the family of the victim gonna say you're too soft. You're not doing your job, right?
Right.
If he gets a no bond, then his family gonna say you're being too hard. You're doing what the white man always did. You're locking people up, right? If a guy gets a second chance, he don't deserve a second chance. And if you don't give him a second chance, then you black, you supposed to give people a second chance. So whatever you do is always a flip side to it. Every single day. Every single day. So my granddad gave me some wise advice, man, when I got elected. He said, son, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And as long as you're comfortable being uncomfortable, you'll be fine.
I tell my clients that all the time, be comfortable, it's hot. Be comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen. I think I heard that, when I was, kind of online one time when we were reading a book,
Yeah, that book. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we were reading a book.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Speaking of which, the reason I have my shirt on, we represent the great fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Now, but you know what? On a side note, I told somebody, of course, I know what you just told us. I told somebody, I said, I think one of the hardest thing I had to do when I was online, and it was,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't think I learned shit like that fast ever again in life.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I have never read something and memorized it.
Why did that quick
in my life? It was a motivating factor.
Not since, boss. Not since.
Yeah, it was a good little motivating factor. I don't want anybody coming in and fussing at me.
It was That's great. But,
yeah.
Man,
shout out to the brothers of K.
Shout out to the brothers. Okay, New Five, man. Yo, nope. So y'all just heard history in the making. We got history on the Warm Up podcast. You know what I'm saying? my guy,
No doubt.
Danny, DA. So we're gonna leave that sector and we're gonna jump into entrepreneurship, man.
Oh,
So, man. So, and a lot of people really don't know that you are an entrepreneur,
right.
and so I want to ask you, man, what the hell made you jump and want to be an entrepreneur? Like people see it, but to do it is
Man,
different. You know what I'm saying? So, from your perspective, tell me what made you jump to entrepreneurship?
honestly, first off, you got to be brave to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a chance. None of it is guaranteed ever. It's never
Hmm.
guaranteed, and it's predicated on how hard you work.
Right.
And so for me, I saw opportunities, and I've always felt like I wanted to own something, not just a car or something. I wanted to own some tangible, a business, and I wanted to be my own boss as well. Now, people will say, "Well, you are your own boss now as DDA," but technically, you are, but you're not. You're elected by the people. But
Right.
because I'm, but because I'm eligible to retire now, I am my own boss. Okay, I can walk away tomorrow. It don't matter.
That's what's
But
up.
but I want to be my own boss as well, man. I want to be my own boss. And so for me, it was just important to take that chance, jump out there and see if it will work. See if it will work. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a scary dynamic, man. And because you're always trying to figure out and push that envelope and make sure you're doing everything you can for your businesses and stuff to be successful, man. So it's a different animal, man. I'm telling you. Everybody who's got a business, their own business, hey, shout out to them, man, because that is real love and labor, man. It really is.
Yeah, and it's a little different too when if you have your own business, then on the
Right.
backside, you have a job that's giving you giving you a steady check. So it's kind of like in football term, their job would be a free safety and the
Right.
entrepreneur would be the corner. So you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So you can mess
Correct.
up, but you still got that.
Still got it.
But if you're 100% entrepreneur, you're on the island all the time, you get burnt. I mean, just get burnt. And
Absolutely.
I always say, that's probably one of the major differences when people do those two things versus do just that one thing.
Oh, I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying?
I agree.
The game is just the game is different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right.
your result actually your results are different because if you don't have anything to fall back on, you gotta make it happen. Like you gotta make it happen. I put a post up today, a quote. I mean, who gives a shit? You gotta get it done. You
You
know what
got
I'm
to get
saying?
done.
You gotta get done. And on the flip side of that, if you like, it's kind of like, yeah, I got this. All right, cool. I can kind of get it done, like, cause I know, but nah, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
Absolutely. And that also leads into, you know, what a person pours into their business, man. You got to make sure, that you pour into your business, man, and that people know when they're getting your services
Mm-hmm.
or they're patronizing that they're getting
Mm-hmm.
they're getting you all right. They
Right.
got to know that. And
Right.
for
Right.
me, the great side is you're right. I mean, having a job, having government insurance,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff that you have,
Mm-hmm.
a pension
Mm-hmm.
that's there,
Mm-hmm.
401ks, all that stuff. You're right. It's a different animal. The real part for me
Mm-hmm.
versus someone that's 100% is that some of the money that you saved up that you held on to that you have to take now and invest in your business.
There you go.
You have to make that decision. But you still, it's not do or die still like 100%.
Right.
It's just a loss if it don't work out.
It's just a
It's
loss
just
if
a
it don't work
loss.
out.
But
Right.
for 100%ers, man, it's do or die. More than a loss. So that's the difference with me.
What do you think people see about entrepreneurship and versus what they don't see about it?
Um, I think they see the glitz and glamour.
Mm-hmm.
They see the end product, and they make a judgment on that end product, but they don't necessarily see what all went into that from the idea before it even came to fruition. Just the idea and then the courage and intestinal fortitude that you had to get to then act on that idea.
Right.
See, people sometimes dream about things, but they don't have the courage to act on it. They just
True.
think about it, they dream about it. I sure want to do it, but they don't have the courage to act on it. And
Mm-hmm.
I just said, scared money don't make no money, right? Sometimes you got to step out there. So people see the glitz and glamour,
Mm-hmm.
but what they don't see is the investment, the chance you took, the nights that you're up, all the stuff that they don't see. Sometimes, when it get a little tight, you have to make decisions, right? They don't see that part of it. They don't see the grind before the glitz and glamour. They don't see that. And it's a true grind, man. Just the paperwork alone. It's just so much that go into a business, man, that people don't know.
It is.
It's not just walking into a building and then say, I'm gonna open this up and that's it. You gotta have paperwork, and if you're smart, you got LLCs incorporated, so you ain't personally liable. You gotta have checking accounts, you gotta have an account, tax folks. I mean, you got to have a little nest to get your stuff going. You got to have money to invest. You really got to have a little credit if you can. It's so much that people don't know. Man, buying the equipment, right? Functionality. How you take in money. Everything costs.
Everything costs.
Everything costs. The AC that you're blowing while they're in the gym, or the heat, whatever everything costs. So they don't see all of that, man. They just see the end result.
They see the end results, and entrepreneurship is a beautiful thing, and a lot of people that are in the job that they are in, one of the reasons that they're scared to jump into the entrepreneurship 100% is what you said, like, cool, what about health insurance? You know what I'm saying? I got a kid, you know what I'm saying? What about pension, how I'm going to retire and stuff like that. So that makes them a little hesitant, you know what I'm saying, to jump in. And typically when you see somebody that has a job and they have and they work their entrepreneurship part-time, you're gonna get part-time results out of it. So it's like a pie 100%. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of those people that are all over the place, like 20% here, 20% here, 20% here, you're doing 20%. Well, you're only gonna get 20% out of that business. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really, you really have to be all in, man. You know what I'm saying? And one tip for everybody that's out there: if you are wanting to be an entrepreneur or on your own thing, I say get a mentor, get somebody is doing what you've done, and who's the best at it. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be trying to figure this shit out. Like, it's kind of like, why try to figure it out and you got somebody that can do it, and so I think
I totally agree. I totally agree. I tell people advice first. Know what the pitfalls are. So you don't have what the landmines are. So you don't have to, go through what the person before you went through. That's great advice, actually.
Man, it's crazy. So with that being said, what's the most important thing about, and we'll talk about your business if we want to, you know what I'm saying? What's the most important thing about running your business? Like, if you had one word.
Consistency.
That's it.
Consistency. Oftentimes, what you start with and how you start, you have to continue to provide that level of service. Continue to provide that level of product. It's one of those things where you can go to a business and they have a little starter money. They start a certain way for 3 or 4 months. Everything's great, and then all of a sudden, something happened. Then people start coming, or people start enjoying it. Then they start taking customer service and stuff for granted, or customers for granted, and then they start kind of cutting calls or backsliding a little bit.
Right.
Not prioritizing things that got them where they are. So to me, consistency is very important. Very important.
It's very important. Consistency, even when your business is doing, it's not doing what it used to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like basketball, like this shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to keep it. You're gonna have a bad night, but you got to keep hitting shot,
Correct.
hitting shot, hitting shot.
Correct.
I told somebody the other day. They say their business, they're not really, the business kind of down or whatever. I'm like, hey, that's part of being an entrepreneur. One, two, what I'm saying? Are you doing the same thing that you've been doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's always the question.
I said, I'll continue to do what you're doing because it's seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Yep.
and that's very important when and ladies and guys, when you're dating an entrepreneur, you have to understand about their business. Like it has these heartbeats.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important. That's why it's important to date someone that supports you and you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your vision, because it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm reading this book, Danny. It's called the Struggles of Dating an Entrepreneur. Well, shit, I ain't reading shit. It's an audio book.
You listen to
Audio
it.
book. Yeah, I ain't reading it.
Audio book.
And it's crazy, man, because it's kind of like entrepreneurs treat they approach their relationship the same way they approach their business. It's
Right.
It's crazy because for example, let me say for example. So you start this you start this dateship relationship or whatever, right?
Mhm.
You start this business. So when you start a business, you don't intend for it to close,
Right.
but you have these bumps in the roads. So because you still have these bumps in the road in your business, like I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. It's
Right.
the same thing when an entrepreneur takes on a relationship. Like shit, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it. So it kind of parallels. Like damn. So I'm learning so much about me, and I'm
Right.
learning so much about you know what I'm saying. So
Actually,
it's a great freaking read, man.
actually, it's actually interesting. And even another parallel is you meet someone you date, you put your all in it initially. You take them to the nicest places because you're trying to get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
You get them,
Mm-hmm.
they go from Fleming's to kind of sneaky Pete for a while.
Yeah, but ooh, yeah. So you date them, when you meet them,
Right.
Flemings,
Right.
business going well,
Right.
well. Got dump down to Sneaky Pete's.
Correct. That's
You still
exactly right.
you still down?
Still down?
You
You
still
still with me?
down?
Right.
Still with me?
Still with me?
Still
I
with
mean,
me?
right. I mean, I
There
mean,
you go.
yeah. I mean, how much do you really care, right? Are you still with me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. It's just like the bit the same way.
It's the
It's the same way.
same exact thing, man. It's the
Same thing.
same thing.
Yes.
So that is cool. That's cool. So you wanna so you wanna share, your business, man. Your you know
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
tell everybody about it.
Everybody know I'm an entrepreneur, so I invested in a place in Lakeview called Denim on 7th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the Garden on 7th, which is right next door. I think it's a really nice place where people come have a great time, and it's been going really well. Rave reviews, and also let me also just say this: people don't know this. I own a barber and beauty shop as well that I've owned for about 15 or 16 years.
Yep.
On some rental property as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a lot of different things, but for me, initially it was really more of, like I said, I love to have a good time,
Right.
and people don't know this. I love to have a good time, but there's certain places I just can't go anymore. So what
Right.
better thing to do is just invest in somewhere you can dictate the setup in there.
Mm-hmm.
You can dictate how it looks, who comes in, and what the setup is, and still you could be there and have a good time as well.
Yep.
So so Denim on 7th is a wonderful spot, and urge people to come and have a great time. And I guarantee you'll have a wonderful time in a very classy spot.
Cool
And
spot. Yeah, it's a cool spot. It's a cool spot. Good spot. Good spot. Good spot. All right, man. Listen. So check this out. I got a little, well, before I ask you this stuff here, a book. Give me a book that you read that's been very influential for you, or a quote. You know what I'm saying, that you can probably give some nuggets to the audience.
So let me think. I have so many, man. I really do. Um, you know, one of the things I tell people all the time is, talent is God given.
Mm-hmm.
Be humble. Fame is man given. Be grateful. Conceit is self given. Be careful. Think about that for a minute. Talent is God given. You got talent, God gave it to you.
He gave it
Be
to
humble with it, right?
Right.
Be humble with what the blessings God gave you.
Mm-hmm.
But fame is man given. So be grateful for it. That's
Right.
okay. But conceit is self given. Be careful being conceited.
You gotta be careful, man.
You gotta be careful.
You gotta
You
be
know,
careful.
and I tell people that. So, man, I have a lot of little nuggets, man. I tell people ability is ability is what you are capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Motivation determines how you do it, how well you do it. And
Mm-hmm.
attitude determines how you do it. So ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And attitude determines how well you do it. Two different things.
Man, I had a mentor tell me one time. He said, "Man, show me." It still applies today. Show me your friends, now show you your future.
Amen. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I try to, I move a little different, Danny. Man, you've been knowing me a long time. People see me, but they don't know me. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
I just always
Correct.
move like that, and it's
Correct.
worked. Um,
I like that. I mean, I like that. And along those lines, a guy that was a mentor of mine, a good friend of mine, he's always said ability is a poor man's wealth.
mm-hmm.
Meant by that is you don't have to be wealthy. You have the ability to go out and get it, the ability to go learn, the ability to go get a job, ability to put yourself wherever you want to be. So ability is a poor man's wealth.
It
right?
is.
If you got the ability to do it, you're wealthy. Just go get it.
Just go get it.
Go
You know
do
what I'm saying? And make sure that you have, I make sure I have people in my circle that are not jealous of me.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
And
whole nother. Boy,
that's the whole. I know. I'm just saying. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man.
Like, you know, you you almost sometimes, and I've tried to stop being this way, but being so like mysterious and private because really me being private as I am, early in my career, it hurted because I'm not a social media fan at all, so I wouldn't post anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, cool, like, but you almost have to, but I kind of figure out a way like, okay, cool, I can still post, and
Right.
people know nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? And I think the quietly you move. Hey, what's the old saying? Bad boy moving silence and
That
violence.
boy moving
You know what I'm
silent.
saying? I just move in silence, not violence. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the things that I think if you really think about it, the most successful entrepreneurs and people really only allow you to see what they want you to see.
Absolutely. They
If
don't
you
allow.
think about it.
They do. They do. And honestly, at the end of the day, the things that you keep near and dear and close to you
Mm-hmm.
are the things that really are most protected, right? They're most
Yes.
protected. When you start advertising
Yeah, man.
yourself, I see people sometimes on social media, they meet a person, 3 weeks later, they got them in there, love my life on social media. And then
Why?
3 weeks later, I see the love of their life with somebody else. I don't say that, but I just see the picture on social media. I'm just
You know what I'm saying?
people, I just don't understand. If you really care, or if you really wanted to work,
We ain't got to be on there.
and you keep a lot of people out your business.
We ain't got to be on there.
Keep people
Hey,
out your business.
you're the only you're the only person to put people in your business. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And for me, um, if I'm with somebody like that, it's not that I don't want to be. I'm protecting you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean that's how it's supposed to be.
Man, that's how it's supposed to be. I mean,
That's how it's supposed to be.
but some people, social media is their life, man, and
Yeah, I know.
everything they do, they got to put that glamour shot on there. They got to do it, man. I got to do it. I got
It's
to do
all
it.
good. It's all good. All good. All right, man. So I got this last segment,
Okay.
wrap up. We're gonna have some fun on it.
All right.
It's
All right.
called pick one.
All right.
You gotta pick one.
All right. All
So
right.
you
I'm
know,
ready.
all right. So number one, and when you pick it, you gotta kind of give a little
Okay.
detail.
Okay.
Trust or loyalty?
Oh man. Damn. You started off hot, bro.
Woo! Come down the
Damn.
block on you, baby.
I thought this thing was called a warm up, man. Not warming up
Hey
now.
man, we done warmed up.
You
We
started off
warmed
hot.
up.
You started off hot. Man. Oh
We done
man.
warmed up.
Loyalty. Loyalty
Nah.
because loyalty is just something that you can't find. I tell you all the time, you can trust people. You can know two people. You can know two people, and one has lied to you for 4 years, and you can know this other person for 1 month, and he told you the honest truth about everything. Who do you know better? The person that told you the truth that you've only known for a minute, right?
Right.
Loyalty, man. You cannot supplement loyalty. You got to have loyalty. So a person that's loyal to you, man, is more important than anything to me. So loyalty.
There you go. All right, number two. Do you go with what you know or how you feel? Or well, what you know or what you feel?
Typically, I go with what I know.
Okay.
I know some people say internally, I just felt it. I feel it, but I typically go with what you know. People, as I saying, people don't care what you know till they know what you care. So I always go with what I know because that's a safe zone for me. Because sometimes what I feel may not be true, but what I know, I know.
Man, I know. I used to I can't remember I can't remember. I used to hang out with a girl. She would say she would start out like I feel I like man go on that shit, man.
Yeah, I feel what you feel
Go on
don't
that
mean
shit, man. What
nothing.
you feel? I mean, man. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I used to
Especially,
hate that shit.
especially when you say that and you sitting in some leather heated seats in the car. I don't mean nothing.
Yeah, man. You
You
just
feel
feel love in your seats.
good. That's all.
That's cool. All right. Hey, what's more valuable? Trust or love? You gotta choose one.
Man.
No, I'm telling you, man.
Well, let me say this. Let me throw one back.
Go ahead.
If I love you, shouldn't I trust you?
Mm-hmm.
But your question is which one is more valuable? I would say, man, bro, I would say trust, man. I would say trust. Because somebody can love you, but still be greedy enough to hurt you.
Yeah.
But if I trust you, and the word trust, to me, if I trust you,
It's everything.
yeah, it's everything.
It's
It's
everything.
everything.
Yeah, it's everything. Like if I can't trust you, like you can't be around me. Like period.
No, I totally agree.
No. Yeah.
And there are people that I love today that I won't be around.
Mm-hmm.
So,
100%. Same here.
so, but if I trust you, man, when you got somebody you truly trust, and I know that when I'm not around,
Mm-hmm.
that you still got my back,
There you go.
yeah, then I can trust you.
You know what I'm saying? I want people to stand up for me when I ain't in the room.
Amen. That's right.
That
That's
part.
why, and that way I know I trust you. You can love me, but still talk about me.
There you go.
Trust you, then I know I'm good, whether I'm with you or not.
Yeah. All right. Wealth or your health?
Oh, my health any day.
Okay, no doubt.
Because to me, hey, health is wealth,
Mm.
right? Health is wealth. I
Because
mean,
you got. I mean, you gotta be healthy to enjoy your wealth. But both of them are the same. You know what I'm saying?
hey, absolutely. And you got to be healthy to enjoy your wealth. You got to be healthy to go out there and get it. I mean, health is wealth. So health to me any day.
All right, cool. Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas?
Oh, the jigger.
Tupac or Face?
Woo, man. Tupac.
Outkast or UGK?
Oh, man. Oh, whoa. I think I'm going to go. I'm thinking about a Aquemini, but UGK, man. I think I'm going to go UGK, man.
You gonna do UGK?
I think they're going to be, I think I'm going to go UGK, man. I'm serious. UGK. Let me ask you one.
Okay.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
I got them for you. That's actually next. I promise you. I promise you. It's Prince for me. It's Prince for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Prince for you?
Yeah. I ain't got to think about it.
I'm gonna go. I'm going MJ, man.
You got MJ.
I go on MJ, man.
You got MJ.
In a close one. Hey, a buzzer beater.
Kobe or Jordan.
Oh, no question. No question. MJ all day, every day. 6-time champion, 6-time MVP. Never lost in the finals.
Kobe LeBron.
Oh, Kobe Jellybean Bryant. Kobe
There you
Jellybean
go.
Bryant. But, LeBron in the conversation, but Kobe Jellybean Bryant.
All right. These some new cats, man, just to make it fun. A little baby, a little dirt.
I'm going little baby.
No,
I'm going little baby.
You going little baby?
I'm going little baby. I like Dirk. I'm going little baby. I'm going little baby.
I like Dirk. I like Dirk.
You like Dirk? I like Dirk.
Yeah, the ATL.
Yeah, I like Dirk, but I'm going little baby, man. Little baby. I'm going little baby.
Now I don't know you've been keeping up with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pick one, Drake or Kendrick.
As an artist,
yeah.
Let me say this.
I know
Lamar, but Drake a monster right now,
man. Ooh!
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Now. Let's talk real quick about this.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning on this podcast, the warm up, you announcing that this Friday you got Drake coming in concert, and then Saturday you got Kendrick Lamar. Which one gonna jump harder? Drake all day, bro.
Drake. Probably Drake. I know. Well, I ain't a fan of either one of them, but
no,
but
me neither now.
But Drake, you know what I'm saying, the beef Drake, is, Kendrick win.
Now Kendrick winning the road out. Yeah. No, I mean,
he win.
Just as an artist, Drake gonna come in. Drake right now, if you bring Drake to a city, it's like bringing Beyonce.
Yeah.
You think, or you disagree?
Well, Drake was supposed to be, and he ain't show. We can sell, so
we can sell enough for him.
We can sell enough for him. Now, Beyonce comes, she 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she gonna sell out of that.
Legion Field.
So that's what's up. All right, man. So listen, we're about to wrap up with this. We're in the building with Danny Carr, man. DA here, entrepreneur. Before we leave, man, give me a couple words of encouragement for our future entrepreneurs, and something that they can take in for the rest of the week.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, if you want to be an entrepreneur, first off, you have to figure out what inspires you and why you're doing it, and are you willing to take that chance, and what's your vision, right? So whenever inspiration don't find you, you have to go find it.
There you go.
Whenever inspiration don't find you, then you get up, damn it, and you find it, and then you hold on to that, and you move in the right direction and move, in your lane and in your blessing. So that's my words. Whenever inspiration don't find you,